What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. And as you see right next to me, I have a college football superstar. He's an NFL draft prospect for the 2024 NFL draft. And as you guys know, I only bring you guys the best, okay? Cam Allen is a very special person. He's second all-time in interceptions from the University of Purdue. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce one of the best defensive backs in this year's 2024 NFL draft. Mark my word. Cam Allen. Cam, how are you today, man?
I'm doing good, Doug. I appreciate the introduction and everything like that. I'm happy you gave me the opportunity to be on here, man. Appreciate you.
Man, no doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, dude. As we were talking before, dude, I'm so thrilled to have you on the show today. I really am, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I saw you're from you're Virginia native originally. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. 276 right there in the mountains, Appalachian Mountains. Yep. 202 down. Gotta represent.
Man, hey, you know it.
Yes, sir.
That's cool, man. Take us from the beginning, man. What was it like growing up in that area, and when did you first fall in love with the game of football?
Yeah, so true. Back home is, I'm from a small town, like you said, Bluefield, Virginia. My high school only had about 400 kids, if that, in the whole entire school. So definitely the area around me, small population, everybody would know one another and stuff like that. And yeah, just my football career, started off, at 4 years old, playing Smurf football. My dad, he's always been my coach and everything like that. So really just the love for sports. It all started at 4 years old. Basketball, baseball, football, everything for anything that had a ball in it started at 4 years old. Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, did you always play defensive back or?
Yeah, my whole life, my dad, he had me at quarterback at a very young age, and also I always played, both sides of the ball. So yeah, growing up, definitely quarterback and defensive back was always my thing.
That's amazing, man. And when did you make the transition where you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this defensive back much more. I'm gonna do this position much more than I will quarterback.
Yeah, I really going into that thought process, I mean, obviously, like I said, there's only have 400 kids in my school, so playing on both sides of the ball is going to happen everywhere you go. But really, like I knew I was going to play college for DB when I was about midway through my junior year. That's when the coaches started rolling to me about, playing a little bit of safety, corner, whatever I come in and fit. So yeah, about my junior year, that's when I started getting serious about defensive back.
That's amazing, man. And far as offers, man, was it always Purdue? Were you getting talked to by other schools at the time, or?
Yeah, Purdue. I say Purdue is about my maybe sixth, seventh offer, something like that. But yeah, I just going into the process, I wanted, I feel like I could play anywhere in the country. So, whatever the biggest, my process was, whatever the biggest school, whoever the biggest school that offered me, I was going to take that no matter where it was, because like I said, I feel like I could play anywhere in the country. So.
That's awesome, man. That is so awesome, man. And you showed it, man. Your whole body of work, man. I remember speaking with your people who represent you in the draft, and I was looking through some of different players, man. And you're the first person, man. I was like, oh yeah, this guy,
Yeah,
he's the one. He's the one.
my,
Absolutely, man. Question, man. What was your aha moment, your epiphany, as some would say, when you realized, like, man, my football career don't have to just take a stop at Purdue. It can go on to like the NFL go on. What was your aha moment where you realized that, hey, I'm much more than your average player?
Yeah, honestly, I really feel like, the first day we really started getting, in the fall camp and stuff, like my true freshman year at college for real, like, just being out there with the guys and, the only game I didn't play in my career was the very first game of my freshman year. So really it was just my freshman year. I knew like once I got on the field and like the speed of the game and stuff like that, it was obviously an adjustment like that, but I feel like it was an easy adjustment for me. So yeah, since my true freshman year, I played 11 games, and I feel like that was the point where I knew, like, shoot, I'm definitely gonna be on the field a lot, so got to make something with it.
Absolutely, man. And as discussed, you have over 200 tackles. It's a lot of freaking tackles, man. That's a lot of hitting and dropping the shoulder. And and oftentimes you see DBs like after 4 years, like they may have like 100 on the high. Like when you doubled that, man, like you had a great career, man. That being said, a lot of people there in all these different bowl games, they're training around the country. They're
Hmm.
focused on the NFL draft, anything they can to have themselves stand out. What are some things you're doing to take your training to the next level for the draft?
Yeah, for me, honestly, speed is definitely what everyone's looking for right now. So definitely doing all I can, building the muscle I can just to build my overall speed up. And definitely my biggest process for me going into this training was definitely, I want to get my eating a lot better. So since I've been here, I gained 10 pounds already
Ooh.
since I've been training. So my body is just developing the right way I want to. And yeah, that was like the main thing that I wanted to focus on, just making sure my body was getting right and look the part.
That's cool, man. Any new favorite foods you're eating that you enjoy?
They got us eating a lot of rice, a lot of rice. I ain't used to eating rice like this, so definitely, I'm definitely gonna have to add more rice into my daily income. When I get out of this training.
Man, rice is a beautiful thing, man. I lived 6 years in Japan and never got enough of it, man. That's
Man,
cool, man.
it's doing wonders.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, it's great. And then my mom's Puerto Rican, so I grew up
Okay,
on arroz con gandules, man, all of it.
right.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Any parts of your game? I mean, it looks really complete on film, man. But in your opinion, are there any parts of your game that you're perhaps trying to sharpen a little bit?
Yeah, like you said, 200 plus tackles in my career. You think that, I got tackling it down, stuff like that. But I still, want to, I feel like I definitely need to, run through contact a little bit more, getting to the ball and wrapping up whenever I
Mhm.
get there to the point. So, yeah, that's the main thing I want to, get into, like, show that I can do better, wrapping up and tackling and getting the ball carried down from the post.
Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this interview, and you're number two all time for interceptions. That is phenomenal. Not only did you play years as a starter, you show that, man, you dominated at the position, right? Regardless on how the team was doing, you absolutely crushed it.
Right.
That being said, man, what is like when the season first starts? Do you say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get 10 this year. I'm gonna get 5 this year. I'm gonna." Do you have them kind of goals every year for interceptions?
Not for real, honestly. Just going in, I know that film study is a big thing going into the season. That's a big thing. Seeing different formations, what teams like to do, stuff like that. So that's really all the stuff that I focus on. I'm not really going into the season with a number that I want to grab. It's hard to grab the ball from the other team. So you got to do everything that you can on the field and practice, and in the film room to get those opportunities. Once the opportunity comes, you gotta seize the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, man, because this is last year was the year of the receiver, right? There's tons of receivers, and it seems that
Mhm.
every year now has quarterbacks. This seems there's quite a bit of really good DBs and linemen in this draft. Do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder coming into the draft this year?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like I've been at Purdue for 5 years, and some people they tell me that I should have came out of the draft last year, but I felt like I needed some things I needed to work on, improve and show the scouts what I can do. So just yeah, being one of those underrated guys and stuff like that is definitely put a chip on my shoulder. But I really, I'm really not worried about all that. I just honestly let God, I feel his presence getting stronger with me every day. So
Amen.
just really let God do all the work for me and just, work with him.
Amen. Absolutely, brother. That is the way, man. Want to ask you, man, what would you say sets you apart from other defensive backs in this year's draft?
I'd say it's my knack for the ball. If the ball in the air, if the ball on the ground, I'm gonna be around the ball. I'm gonna be in the pile. The ball in the air, I'm definitely grabbing it out. With 13 interceptions, like you said, but it's just the knack for the ball. I guess my explosiveness, how I can get to it. My IQ before the ball is even snapped. I feel like I have a great advantage of just knowing what's going to happen. Just the little things that it takes, to be all around the ball.
I love it, man. I love it. And I always like asking players this, probably one of my favorite questions of these type of interviews, man, do you feel that there's a defensive scheme out there that brings out your qualities best in a DB?
Not yet. Honestly, I've played a lot of schemes in my college career. I've had I think it was 4 defensive coordinators for me.
Mhm.
So throughout my whole career, so I've been put into a lot of schemes. I wouldn't say it's one scheme that I feel like I dominate the most in, because I feel like I'm well rounded in everything that any coach that puts me into. So
Yeah.
no, not for real anything. I, like I said, a knack for the ball wherever I'm at on the field.
Love it. Love it. And what's your favorite memory at Purdue, man? You have such a decorated college football career. Is there any one in particular memory that stands out?
Really just I'd say really just the whole year that the whole season that we went to the Music City Bowl, beat Tennessee in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Game winning kick by Mitchell Finneran, that's my boy. Yeah, we played Michigan State that year, and Iowa. They was both 2 and 3, so we knocked 2 and 3 off that year. Had 2 interceptions against number 2 Iowa. So
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like that was just an overall big year. So we had a lot of guys on that team. So George, David, Payne Durham, a lot of guys who are in the NFL right now. So just yeah, being up, Jalen Graham, being out there with them boys was definitely fun.
Absolutely. And it's important that you point that out. And I'm glad you point that out because oftentimes some schools that they play bigger competition, right? And
Hmm.
or heavily ranked competition. And sometimes you see their stats taken dwindle off and like, no, man, you showed up when your name was called. You know what I mean?
Most
So that's absolutely huge, man. Um, Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, that being said, with your success, there's always, we all have, not all of us, but many of us have them. This thing called haters, man. For all your haters out there, man, anything out there you're hoping to say, like, hey, man, I haven't hit my ceiling yet?
Not really. Like, shoot, I really keep all the emotions to myself. I never let myself get too high or too big. So I never really let anything from the outside get to me, stuff like that. I just keep my head down, and really all I'm really trying to please is the man above, and uh my mom and dad, for real. So that's the only opinions I care of anybody. And of course they got the best support from me and just lead me in the right direction. So yeah, just keep my head down and work.
Amen, brother. Amen. And that being said, man, goals year one in the NFL, no matter what round you're selected in, whether that be round 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, UDFA, somewhere in the mix there, man. What are some of your goals year one in the NFL?
Yeah, definitely making that 53 man, or just getting on that practice squad. I feel like I know once I put a jersey on and get that helmet on of any NFL team, I feel like they're going to like me. So just really being able to make an impact into the role that they want me to be. I feel like I can adapt very well to any type of coaching style, stuff like that. So just yeah, making a 53 man or a practice squad just so I can make an impact somewhere.
Amazing. You talked earlier about your mom and dad, man, and ultimately making the man upstairs proud, man. It sounds to me you have a huge army of community people who love you, who have supported you. That being said, who are some people who've helped you out along this journey?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I said, I don't have I don't have a lot of people, that I'm reaching out to, asking for support like that. I really keep everything close and stuff like that. So my mom, my dad, both my brothers, their wives and stuff like that. I like to keep it very close to my family. My girlfriend right now, she's definitely a big helper for me right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just doing everything that I can, to make them happy, and regardless of what the outcome is, just knowing that I'm always gonna have them in my corner.
Man, amazing, amazing. And then one of my favorite questions to take and ask, man. NFL teams do an abundance of research on people. Everything from talking to coaches, teachers. I've even heard as crazy as next door neighbors, man. They they interview all kinds of people to get to
Got
know
to.
the person, right? And they even watch interviews like this, right?
Mhm.
What's something you want NFL teams and NFL scouts to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
Yeah, honestly, shoot, just a guy that wants to come in and give 110% every single day.
Yeah,
Just give my heart to whatever team it is. Be in the facility, be around all those guys, because once you get there, that's like your second family. So that's what I really want for a team with culture. That's just all around, just wants to get better in football and win. I feel like that's the biggest thing with me. Um, I want to win more than anybody in this world, and no matter what it is in competition, anything. So yeah, that I want to win.
man, I love it. I love it. Cam, dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cam Allen. He's one of the best defensive backs in this year's draft. I'm gonna put his social media stuff down below. Watch his highlights, man. Watch how he attacks the ball. Watch the energy that he possesses. It's so contagious. You will feel it through the screen. I promise you that. Cam, thank you for coming on the show, man. Any shout outs before you go, man?
Sure. Shout out to VA, man. All the athletes is down there. Got to throw it up. 2 up, 2 down, man. Thank you so much, too, Doug, for the opportunity again.
Man, no doubt, my brother, dude. So happy I met you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, comment below in the comment section of this video. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Let us know what team you would like him to be on. And you never know, he just might play for your favorite team. We'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.